Hello, and welcome to another episode of Todd Talks. And Todd Talks people listen, hopefully, because we are about to talk about the 100th episode of Death Battle. Well, we're going to preview the 100th episode of Death Battle. And this is one of the all-time classic Death Battles. This is one of the all-time classic matchups in Death Battles. We are having Mario versus Sonic 2. Now, to be clear, this is not a rematch. This is not a continuation. This is a full-on re-examination of Mario and Sonic. Why does that matter? Because Mario vs. Sonic was in Season 1 of Death Battle 7 years ago. It was episode 8 or 9, and they honestly had a ton of different rules back then. Now, don't get me wrong, they still had some of the basic ones, like, first one to death loses and everything, but they would look at all resources and not care if there was conflicting information. So at that time, the Archie comics had some really odd, groundbreaking stuff, And by groundbreaking, I mean like reality breaking stuff. And even though that conflicted with game canon, which is what I would say is the main canon for Sonic, they included it anyway because they were still working out the rules. But now, 7 years and 5 seasons later, they have much more refined rules. So they are going to go with these rules and see under these rules who would win between Mario and Sonic. And of course, last time they had the sprites as the base of their battle, whereas this time they're going to have it animated by Blind Ferret. So now I'm going to do my best to keep this video short because I honestly don't know who's going to win. And I'm okay with that because I see some people saying that this rematch is happening so that Mario could win. But based on what I find, Sonic could win just as easily. And so I'm just going to keep it short. I'm going to keep it base. And then I might even surprise you with my verdict. So, Mario. Plumber. Brother. Hero of the Mushroom Kingdom. The Bean Kingdom. Galaxies. Planets. He's saved a lot. He saved just about everything he could possibly save. Alright, Mario is the unlikely hero of the Mushroom Kingdom, and he has done an incredible amount. You all know his story. Why am I reciting his story? You all know his story. It's freaking Mario. A princess gets kidnapped or something really, really bad happens. Mario gets called and he goes and saves the day. This is what he does. But obviously, the biggest thing about Mario is his power-ups. And dear gosh, he has a lot of power-ups. I mean, just in his base form, he can control fire. He has a hammer that can smash just about anything within limits. There are limits. Don't even think about it. If you could destroy anything, you could just hit Bowser to just kill the guy. Sorry, very tired. And then, of course, there's his numerous, mushrooms, flowers, suits that just make him, one of the most legendary video game characters of all time. Just a few of the big ones are the Fire Flower, though he technically doesn't need it. He has the Ice Flower, the Boomerang suit, the Mega Mushroom, the Frog suit, the Metal Cap, the Wing Cap, or the Rocks Cape. That's just a Zelda. Cape Flower? There you go. Cape Feather, there you go, Cape Feather. So how many feathers and capes do we need in the Nintendo universe? Too many! Let's see, where's something else? Oh, of course, you got his Power Star, which makes him invincible. The Double Cherry, which can multiply him. He's got his Katsu, which basically helps him climb any surface. It's a lot, and I'm not even diving into Paper Mario, which is, just as insane with its feats and characteristics. So, he's got all of these power-ups, which is good because Mario needs all these power-ups because some of the foes he faces, from even simple Koopas and Goombas to the Koopalings, there you go, the Koopalings, to Bowser, to Fawful, and all the other Bean Kingdom bad guys, and everything he faces in space and galaxies. He needs these power-ups, okay? Because, see, I think some people forget that Mario, even though in, like, cutscenes he can take a hit, and has taken hits, in the games he doesn't take that many hits. In fact, at full power up, you can take all 3 hits before dying. So, he has some weird durability things because at times he can take like massive hits from Bowser, who is, strong enough to punch, throw, and lift castles. Punch, lift, and throw castles. There, let's do that in order. And then other times, he takes a hit from a Goomba and shrinks down to that. So yeah, it's a bit complicated, but he has saved, the universe time and time again. He has just he's done some stupid stuff. Okay, he's done some absolutely stupid stuff. How does this guy get a doctor's degree? All right, I mean, what college did he go to become Dr. Mario? These are the things that inquisitive minds have to know. So, sorry, it just came to my head. I'm like, that's a good question. Where did Dr. Mario get his degree? Mushroom Kingdom U? Oh no, I got Mount Mario wet in my head. Oh no, get it out, get it out. But seriously, Mario is super skilled. He has so many abilities that it's honestly hard to keep track of them on. I mean, I know I missed a bunch of suits that he had, and I completely ignored most of the Paper Mario feats. Oh wait, there's one more thing. He's got Cappy from Super Mario Odyssey. Now, there's been some debate whether Cappy will actually get into this game, but I have 2 pieces of evidence to say he will. Number one, in the Sonic preview, and I'm going to get to this, where they mentioned the Wisps, which are alien life forms that Sonic can get in Sonic Colors. They say that is his in the battle. And then in the Death Battle cast, Ben was mentioned Cappy. So by this logic, if Sonic can get the Wisps from Sonic Colors, which are completely sentient alien life forms, Mario can get Cappy. What does Cappy do? Well, Cappy is his hat in Super Mario Odyssey. And if I don't know, a monster decides to show up, he can throw it onto the creature. Cappy will then control them, and Mario gets all of their movements. Yeah, he can control them, and then when he wants to get out, he gets out. So it's very useful, and it's even taken over Bowser, among others. So there you go. Now, question is, will that be enough to face the fastest thing alive? Let's find out. Sonic the Hedgehog. In a world where evil fat human named Dr. Ivo Robotnik tries to take over the world by kidnapping animals and using them as power supplies, which I guess makes sense in a roundabout way, because humans are full of energy, or creatures of life are full of energy. Yeah. Anyway, Sonic the Hedgehog comes to the rescue to save anything and everything. His obviously defining characteristic is his speed. He is stupid fast. Although, if we're being technical, he has not had his full speed perfectly measured, though I'm sure Death Battle will have found a way to calculate it. Because in the Metal Sonic battle, they noted they had to determine Sonic's top speed so that they could determine Metal Sonic's top speed. And they stated that Metal Sonic was built to be better than Sonic. And so you could interpolate. Whatever. You can figure that, if he is indeed faster than Sonic, then Sonic that does have a limit. And in the Death Battle preview, they said that it's important to know how long and how fast Sonic can actually go. So I look forward to seeing that. But right now, based on the Metal Sonic, sorry, I'm really tired. Based on the Sonic preview, or say the Metal Sonic Death Battle, his top speed at present, without the help of certain Chaos Emeralds and other items, is about 7,000-ish miles per hour, which is stupid fast. Okay, so for the record, hypersonic is anything over Mach 5, which is 3,500 miles per hour, which means Sonic can go Mach 10 just on his own. Now, again, when he has Chaos Emeralds and certain super forms, he can go faster, but yeah. Now, Sonic also has his own power-ups. The Wisps, as I mentioned, from Sonic Colors, they can grant him certain abilities like lasers, hovering abilities. One turns him into a black hole or something. I never played Colors. I only looked at a research page. So he's got that, but he's also got, because of his speed, he's also got super fast reflexes. I mean, this is a guy who can uh, go against a supercar, like a racing car, realize that he's gonna totally win, and just decide to run backwards because he can't. He has jumped from missiles to missile. Sorry, it's like missiles are fired at him in Sonic X. He literally just jumped from each one because he could, and he had the reaction time to do so. Um, he has foiled numerous Robotnik schemes over the years. He has fought and beaten Knuckles and Shadow the Hedgehog and aliens from outer space. He defeated a learning robot named Emerald, who was literally powered by all the Chaos Emeralds and yet won. He used Chaos Control on a fake Chaos Emerald. What's Chaos Control? Chaos Control is a superpower used by the Chaos Emerald to do certain feats such as teleport, stop time, and various other things. And because of Sonic's connection to the Chaos Emerald, he has this ability as well. So, and then he can do it with a fake Chaos Emerald, which doesn't make sense. But hey, it's Sonic. What are you going to do? And then, of course, as all Sonic fans know, when Sonic has all 7 Chaos Emeralds, he will be imbued by their energy and achieve Super Sonic, 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 Sonic. So what does Super Sonic, 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 Sonic do? Well, it basically makes him A, invincible. B, it enhances his speed and strength. C, gives him the ability to fly. And D, arguably most important of all, turns him gold. I mean, blue's a great color, but I mean, when you're gold, people know you're screwed. It's like, oh crap, he's going gold. We're screwed. So now, granted, this could only last for a certain amount of time, and it kind of varies depending on the continuity. My findings is that it's like less than a minute, but I've had people say it's more than a minute, and in certain shows they what how did it say, like how did they say in Dragon Ball Z? Yeah, dramatic timing. They draw it out to make it seem like it's longer, even though it's technically not. So, but let's just say a minute for now, because that's about what canon says, more or less. So, yeah, and he's had numerous victories. He's had between the comics, the video games, the TV shows like Sonic X. Um, he's done so much. He's saved the world numerous times, not just from Robotnik, but from various other foes. He's fought in Meta Rexes from outer space. Look up Sonic X. It's weird, but yeah, Sonic's done a lot. Sonic's done a lot. So the question, ladies and gentlemen, is who is going to win? Now, in the case of Mario, not unlike what they did in the first Death Battle, I truly believe that any and all of Mario's power-ups can counter any and all of Sonic's power-ups. Here's why I say that. All right. First off, they both have an invincibility boost. And that's the Star Power versus the Supersonic. Now, granted, Supersonic does last longer than a Star, but that is not a given thing in terms of victory. So if they activate them at the same time, yes, Mario will fall first, but that doesn't mean he won't be able to grab another power-up, of which he has plenty, such as the Mega Mushroom, which also makes him invincible and able to kill just about anything that he touches, okay, including massive castles with just walking into them. So it can withstand Supersonic. So between those 2 power-ups and maybe one more, he could definitely withstand Supersonic. And Mario's no slouch himself. He is able to dodge some pretty fast things. Bullet bills are one of the big ones. I actually heard an interesting argument about how bullet bills actually do move as fast as cannonballs, if not, or missiles. But we don't perceive it like that. We perceive it through the eyes of Mario, which means that Mario sees them going at a slower rate, and thus we can dodge them, which I find actually very, very appealing, but whether that's actually true. But he's dodged other things in the past, all right? He's dodged plenty of attacks from Bowser and all of them who can move really, 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 really fast. So there's that. So power-ups wise, I think it's a wash. Or is it? Because while Sonic does have the Wisps, while Sonic does have certain what was it called? Yeah, energy boost, like the bubble that helps him, like the shields that help him like go underwater and everything. While those help, Mario's got more. In fact, Mario's got so many power-ups, he actually eclipses Sonic's ones. And I think they're more reliable. There's also the issue of Cappy. Now, as I mentioned, Cappy can possess just about anything, including Bowser. Now, anyone who's played Odyssey know there are some things that can't be captured. However, those are specifically uncapturable. What do I mean by that? Well, some of them can actually absorb the hat and spit it back out on Mario. They actually made a big point of that during the game. I loved it. Other creatures actually wear hats, which is like a weakness of his. So Cappy actually has to knock off the cap and then be thrown again to possess the creature. So there's that. Here's the thing. Sonic won't know that. And Sonic, I honestly have no doubt, could be possessed by Cappy. Because as great as Sonic is, Sonic's a bit of an idiot. Not a full idiot. He's plenty smart, but he rushes into everything. This is what Sonic does. He is not a thinker. He is a doer. Does that sound like anyone you know? Bowser. Yeah, I mean, granted, Bowser actually does think of plans, but, he's still an idiot. And, Sonic will listen to his friends to come up with a plan, like Tails, or sometimes Knuckles or Amy, but not all the time. He's very headstrong, and when he thinks he has an advantage, he will not just exploit it, he will gloat about it. All right, and this has gotten him into more trouble than you think. He's been caught by Eggman multiple times, despite him being a human and Sonic being a freaking fast 7,000 mile per hour hedgehog. All right, and he has been, beaten down by many forces over the years. He is not a perfect hedgehog. Now, that being said, just because he can get caught by Cappy doesn't mean he will, because he's 7,000 miles per hour fast. I mean, it's complicated because you think that Sonic, because here's the thing, here's how I'm picturing this. Death Battle always says, and they've said this multiple Death Battle casts, that they always picture the not the worst case scenario, the most powerful scenario first. So here's a great example. And I actually wrote in a question to the Death Battle cast about what was harder, Strange versus Fate or Twilight Sparkle versus Raven, in terms of having to research them. And Nick popped up and said, I think that Strange versus Fate was harder because I literally said, what will Twilight Sparkle do against Soul Self ramming into her at Mach whatever speed? That's the best scenario. Or in Lucy versus Carnage, they noted that Ben said, I always imagined a fight literally going, she sees Carnage, she makes her vectors like a stone wall of vectors, like, a mile high and deep, and just ramming into Carnage. How is he going to stop that? He can't. And then she would just hit him with the explosion fist. Ooh, really sorry, folks. And then there's that. So here's the thing. If we're going by worst scenarios first, obviously they're going to go for invincibility versus invincibility. So they'll about do the same, and then they'll be done. So Sonic will think, okay, well, I'm out of my thing, he's out of his thing, I'm just going to rush him. Mario will have just enough time to throw the cap. I have no doubt he'll have time to throw the cap. And then Sonic will see a hat being thrown at him. A hat. What is the hat going to do? Sonic will say. And so he's like, you think I'm afraid of a hat? And he gets possessed by Cappy. So what, you might say? Sonic's possessed by Cappy. What's that going to do? Well, Mario knows that people can drown. Mario knows that animals can drown. There's going to be water in the death battle. It's already been shown in the small preview clip that Ben posted on Twitter recently. Why not just throw him into the ocean and disappear? He doesn't know that Sonic can't swim, but it's a good bet. I think I just made my own argument for me. So, yeah. It's compelling, isn't it? So don't get me wrong, this could go either way, and I honestly do think that Sonic has a few more advantages than Mario. And if it wasn't for Cappy, I don't know if I would pick Mario. But if we're going by the powers that I know that they have, and what I know can counter each other, and Mario can counter Sonic in more ways than you might think, I think he could kill. I think he can kill Sonic in his current form. Yeah, by the skin of his hat. So there you go. I guess for this 100th episode of Death Battle, I am going to go with Mario. I won't be surprised if Sonic loses or Sonic wins. It's Sonic the Hedgehog. I would have picked. I honestly, I kid you not, I would have picked Sonic in the first battle. In fact, I remember when I was watching the video, I'm like, oh, Sonic's gonna win. But now that I know more about Mario and I've researched his abilities a little bit more, and I know about Cappy and its capabilities, I think Mario might take it. But for the right reasons and not for this whole bias, oh, they're doing this to please the Nintendo fans, or they're trying to, change the game by having Mario win. Grow up, people. Come on. So, I am officially picking Mario. Yeah. So with that, I'm in this episode of Todd Talk. Who are you going to root for in the 100th episode of Death Battle? Remember, it's next week. Let me know in the comments below. And so, I thank you for watching. If you made it as far, I know you were listening, and I will see you around.